What's up, guys? So I just picked up the new Yell Kong and Helm Knight 2-pack from the Wave 2 Hasbro releases. They're still pretty tough to find. I had to go to a couple different stores to spot one, but I wanted to give my opinions on it and let you know if I think it's worth picking up. So let's take a look at the box really quick before we jump into the actual bays. Yell Kong is going to come on a 360 gear ball and Helm Knight on a 580 taper. We can take a closer look at what those are going to look like on the back. So let's jump into Helm Knight first. So I am not the biggest fan of the way Helm Knight performs. I think it's an okay blade, but it's just kind of a little underwhelming to use, as many defense types are. But I love this purple color that it comes in. I really hope we get more releases using this because this is, I think, really nice looking. So it comes on the 580 ratchet, which is a very dark purple compared to the blade. It's almost comes off as a blue in a lot of lighting. I also wish we got this clear ring colored here. I always appreciate when they do that, and some of these Hasbro releases do. So a little disappointing there. The 80 height is not the best either, given its propensity to burst, as it's very easy to kind of get underneath and hit these points on the ratchet. So not the best ratchet, but it's okay. We also have the purple taper bit. I think the taper bit is pretty good. It's a nice balance between having some attack and having stamina and defense as well. You've also got this resistance ring here, so that helps even more with the bursting. So very happy about having this in purple. So all in all, Helm Knight is a decent addition to your collection, especially if you don't have one yet. I think I like this combo much better than the green that I have it in. I'm not sure if it comes in others. I think it comes in a couple others actually, but this is my favorite of the colors that it does come in. So let's take a look at Yell Kong now. I'm gonna have a lot less nice things to say about Yell Kong. I think this is a pretty weak release. So this again comes on 360 gear ball, and I don't think it's very good, to be honest. Let's talk about the blade first, because that's the newest part here, technically. And I say technically because this is really just a sort of echo of Gale Wyvern, or Wyvern Gale, which also was a part of these 2-packs. This Hasbro 2-pack wave, which was interesting. I would have thought they would have chosen a blade that they aren't including in this wave, but to do a rework of, but here we are. So if I take this Gale Wyvern apart, we can see that, especially if we look underneath, you can see that these shapes are identical. If we take a look at the sides, you can see that the way it's kind of has its curvature is very, very similar to what you see on Gale Wyvern. It's hard to tell on camera, but it's very obvious in person just how much thinner this Yell Kong blade is than the Gale Wyvern, which is a bit of a disappointment. Although it does have this, these extra details up here. You see this is kind of filled in where this is open, so the weight difference is not actually that dramatic. I do have my scale here, so let's take a look. So Yell Kong, mine comes out to 31 grams on the dot. My Gale Wyvern, on the other hand, comes out to 31.9, so almost a whole gram of difference there, which is going to make a difference. And for me, it makes this blade kind of not worth using when you have, one that is pretty much the exact same, but just heavier, which pretty much improves all aspects of the performance. So a bit disappointing there. I realized I also forgot to weigh the Helm Knight here. So Helm Knight is going to come out to 32.6. This is not a redesign in any way, so this should align with any other Helm Knights you might have. So there we go. I also want to talk about the colors of this. I think these colors are kind of ugly. I think it's just like, I like this solid color plastic, and I hope they do more of that. We've got the recent Vice Tiger release from Takara Tomy, and I really liked it on there. I like that they're doing more of that, experimenting with different colors and sort of transparencies, but I just think the red, the green, and then with the blue sort of bit here is not very nice looking. It looks kind of childish and almost like a knockoff of Beyblades and what would be a more kind of thought through color combination. But that's just my personal opinion. I've heard other reviewers talk about color combos that they hate, like for example, Drawn Dagger. I've seen a lot of people hate on the orange variant of that, whereas I actually love how it looks. So it's all up to personal preference here. Anyway, moving on to the ratchet. This is a 360 ratchet. This is another one. I like that they're experimenting with this. I like the solid color here and then the translucent color here. I think, again, I don't love these actual colors here, but I think that's a sort of style. It could look really good depending on what colors they choose to use in it. So 360 ratchet, pretty good ratchet. Depends on your build, but it's generally agreed upon that that's a pretty strong ratchet, given that it's decently hard to burst and it's low to the ground, giving you a little bit extra leverage there. So now let's take a look at the gear ball. This I've done a bit of testing with. This is my first gear ball bit, and I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's all right. Offers some decent stamina, and obviously you get the X-Dash out of it, but I just feel like the stamina is not up to par with its other stamina bits like ball or disc ball or any of those. So it does offer something, but I haven't found a strong use case for it as of yet. So overall, not too happy about Yell Kong, and pretty happy about Helm Knight. So I'm going to do some testing, and we're going to jump to that in a minute, and I'll see you there. What's up, guys? So I'm going to do some testing of Yell Kong on the 360 gear ball, and I'll do a little bit for Helm Knight on the 580 taper as well. Although that's not technically a new release, so probably spend less time on that. But yeah, so for this first matchup, we're going to look at Yell Kong stock versus Helm Knight stock. Alright, Yell Kong takes that first point. So 1-0 Yell Kong. Alright, Helm Knight takes that. It's going to be 1-1. Tilt here. Yell Kong takes it again. I think these ridges here, these edges are sort of knocking Helm Knight down, which is exactly what it wants to do. So not a bad start for Yell Kong here. It's impressing me a bit. So that's 2-1 Yell Kong. Helm Knight. You see the gear balling action there, just launching off a lot of those X dashes. So that's 2-2. That's a simultaneous burst finish and over finish, so I'm gonna count that as a draw. And that's a Helm Knight win. I think that's 3-2 Helm Knight. And that's a Helm Knight win, so that's gamed Helm Knight. Yeah, I think this gear ball bit is hurting it. It just doesn't have the attack power to warrant the extra X dashes. So I think I'm gonna switch that out for a ball and see how we do with that. Actually, I just got the Hexa bit from Hell's Hammer, so I think that could be a decent combo here, so let's give it a try. Alright, not a super promising start from Yell Kong with a self KO, so we're going to count that as 1 point for Helm Knight. That's a point for Helm Knight, but I like this Hexa bit. That was some nice aggressive attacking, but still under control. I like that. So still a win for Helm Knight, but good performance there. All right. It's a quick KO from Yell Kong, so that's 2-2. That's Helm Knight win. That's 3-2 Helm Knight. And that's game Helm Knight. Yeah, this Hexa bit I am liking though. Just giving it a bit more attack power even just with the X dashes, but yeah, maybe that's not a great matchup. So let me try to grab an attack type here. Let's go with my favorite Shark Edge. So it's going to be Shark Edge 360 Taper versus Yell Kong 360 Hexa. Solid X finish from Shark Edge there. So that's 3-0 Shark Edge. And that's game Shark Edge, just like that. Okay, I would have thought this Yell Kong might actually do decently against a Shark Edge, just because he wants to, with these downward sloping blades, he kind of wants to knock these comparatively very upward blades downward, just, you know, kind of draining the stamina and knocking him off balance that way, but it seems like Shark Edge just has too much power behind it, and Yell Kong is having some trouble standing up to that. Let's run another game here and see how it turns out. Alright, spin finish from Yell Kong, nice there. So that's 1-0. Solid KO from Shark Edge, so that is going to be 2-1 in Shark Edge's favor. Alright. Nice KO from Yell Kong there. I think that's that Hexa bit really gripping that X dash. This is definitely a strong bit. Just in general, I think it's a good fit for this Yell Kong as well. I'm not a big fan of the gear ball that it comes with. 3-2 in Yell Kong's favor. So let's give it a go. Shark Edge with those big hits there. That's why it's pretty much my favorite blade here. But yeah, so that's 3-3. Tie game. Oof, a lot of jumping around. I think I'm gonna have to call that a draw, just given that that's the final. So, yeah, that was nice. Shark Edge got some big hits in there, but Yell Kong was able to hold out and take him to the end. So let's see. Let's run it back. All right, Yell Kong's definitely got the upper hand at the moment. He's able to turn it into a stamina battle, which he is going to win. So it's a win for Yell Kong. Let's see who can get the 2 out of 3. Nice X finish from Shark Edge. That's gonna be 3-0. I love Shark Edge. That's such an awesome blade. Wobble on that Hexa bit there, but still gonna take it. All right, so that's 3-1. Shark Edge still in the lead. Ooh, big hits there, and Shark Edge can't get the KO, so that is gonna be 3-2 Yell Kong, or Shark Edge in the lead. Self KO from Shark Edge, so that is going to be 3-3. All right, let's see if Yell Kong can pull it out. And he does. Almost had the KO from Shark Edge there, but yeah, Yell Kong takes it. Yeah, good matchup for him. He's more of a defensive blade, so not too big of a surprise, but yeah, pretty impressed with that. All right. Next, I want to try stock Yell Kong, so back on the gear ball bit, versus a Gale Wyvern, because these are pretty much the same. This is going to be stock, so it's going to be on the 5 580 ratchet. Alright, self KO. That's that gear ball working against Yell Kong there. Nice burst finish from Yell Kong, so that is going to be 2-1 Yell Kong. That's that 580 ratchet. Yeah, I'm going to have to swap that out. Look at that late burst. I think I'm gonna give that to Yell Kong. That was a impressive burst at the end there. I did not expect that. So that's I think that's a Yell Kong win. Very impressed with how Yell Kong is doing against its what should be its superior. Just given the extra gram of weight about Yell Wyvern. So very impressed with the performance so far. Point for Gale Wyvern there. And that's another Gale Wyvern. See, this is what I expected, is when it comes down to what are typically their strengths, Gale Wyvern's going to have that edge just because it's heavier. Plus I think also the 80 height ratchet is also helping it because, again, the way these edges slope downward on both of them, its game plan is it wants to be up high, knocking its opponent downward to knock it off balance, and the 80 ratchet is going to help with that because it's going to have the height advantage to get a better, a cleaner hit. So, 2-0 Gale Wyvern. So we're going to launch that one first. Alright. And that's going to be game Gale Wyvern. So that's more what I would expect. But let's do one more, see if we can get the first two out of 3. And Gale Wyvern's going to pull that out for a 1-0 lead. Yeah, see, these battles are coming down to stamina right now, and if you've got two blades with similar edges and similar weight distribution, but one of them is just a little bit heavier, it's going to have the edge on stamina pretty much every time. So that was another close finish, but again, Gale Wyvern takes it, I believe. Is that 2-0 or 3-0? We'll call it 2-0. Give Yell Kong another chance here. Alright. 2-2. Hitting him with the KO. 3-2, Gale Wyvern. This is the game point. And that's Gale Wyvern for the win. Yeah, I think you can tell that between these two, they're very comparable, just with Gale Wyvern with a slight edge. So, I mean, if you have this Gale Wyvern, I really don't see a reason to get this Yell Kong. You know, it's definitely not as big of a downgrade as I thought initially, but there's just no advantages to getting this over this. Plus, I think if you get the Hasbro 2-pack with this Gale Wyvern, you also get Tail Viper, which I think is also a better pick than the Helm Knight that Yell Kong comes with. So I'd definitely go with, you know, I definitely pass on the Yell Kong Helm Knight 2-pack unless you really like the colors or the designs, and I'd stick with the Gale Wyvern Tail Viper 2-pack. I think we pretty much get it. I think it's a good fit for the gear, or for the Hexabit. That's probably the combo I would go with. I might play around with a higher ratchet as well, just so we can get more of those downward hits. But you know, we saw that the 5-sided ratchet that we get on Gale Wyvern was definitely hurting it in terms of burst resistance. So I'd probably stick with the 3. Maybe go for a 9-sided ratchet, but yeah, that's how I'd probably run it. But yeah, not a bad pickup if you don't have something like this, but one that I would probably pass on in favor of something a little bit better. So hope you enjoyed this, you know, competitive testing video. Let me know in the comments how you would improve this combo. And you know, you can also let me know your combos for Helm Knight, because I'm still looking for something to make that a competitive standout. But yeah, so if you like the video, give it a like, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.